JD here on a Friday afternoon, just about beer o'clock. And I know you're not supposed to do Facebook Lives on a Friday afternoon because no one is watching, apparently. But given our COVID-19 situation that we've all been in now for some time, and hopefully we can see some light at the end of the tunnel, I thought I'd just suggest to you, if you are a business owner, that you might like to stick with me for the next 3 hours, no, a few minutes, all right? I had a client on the phone this afternoon who is looking at rebooting their business, and he was just asking me, we're in the marketing game, by the way, so if you're watching this and you think, who the hell is this? We own a business called the Institute of Wow, and we're in the marketing game. And this particular client said to me this afternoon, oh, look, we want to reboot the business as soon as possible. We can see that there's some light at the end of the tunnel. ScoMo reckons that next week is the second week of a 4-week getting out of this thing, or at least seeing some return to some normality. What should we do? And they had mocked up a whole lot of 50% off posters and web pages and banners and all sorts of stuff. And I said to them, no, don't do that, because the thing is that everyone will be doing that. Everyone will be dropping pants. What you want to do is that you want to value add. And he said to me, okay, well, what do we do? And I said, sorry, the bad reception here. I have to go inside, I think. So he said, well, what do we do? I said, well, you need to think Happy Meal toy-wise. And he said, oh, I've heard you go on about that before. But it's true. Sorry, I just closed the door. I said, look, we're the parents, Gail and I are the parents of 6 children. They're millennials these days, and most of them are in their 20s, so therefore they're not after Happy Meal toys anymore. But for a long while, when we had 6 screaming kids in the back of the Trago, we had to stop at McDonald's and get 6 Happy Meals. And of course, they threw the hamburger out, and guess what they did? They played with the toy. And we would have spent about $6 billion throughout those years on Happy Meals, and it had nothing at all to do with the hamburger. It had everything to do with the toy. So my advice to any business owner is, you're coming out of this lockdown period, if you're going to be thinking of, a promotional idea that would attract the attention of the right customers, then consider a Happy Meal toy. And on my computer here in my office, let me just show you this. I'll turn this around and show you the ultimate Happy Meal toy that I had for a client some years ago. This was the Greater Building Society. And I'm going to play this for you. I'll just turn the volume up so you can hear it. I'll just play this ad for you. They gave away petrol discounts when you got a home loan, and it was absolutely stunning. When you swapped your home loan from a bank to the Building Society, they gave you 10 cents a litre off your fuel every week for an entire year. Let me show you what the ad looks like. I'll just play it. Hopefully I won't be too shaky cam.
The man on the left has his home loan with the Greater. He saves 10 cents a litre on his petrol, he saves on bank fees, and he gets a free holiday. The man on the right gets... he has his home loan with a bank. Swap your home loan to the Greater Building Society and start saving. Save 10 cents a litre on your petrol, save on bank fees, and get a free holiday. So what are you waiting for? Swap your home loan to the Greater today. Call 1313 86.
Okay, now that particular TV ad, let me see, I'm going to put my hand up here to stop it. So I want to stop the next one from starting, okay, so therefore I'll just get rid of that. Okay, so that particular TV ad, it was one of a number of them that we put out at the time, and it just broke records. Now, I remember the Greater Building Society manager at the time, general manager, said to me, when I had the idea, let's give away 10 cents a litre fuel discount for every week for 52 weeks. He said, how much is that going to cost? And do we have to buy any petrol stations? I said to him, look, you're paying $2,500 at the moment for a mortgage broker to deliver a home loan to you. That was the success fee that they'd give to a broker, about $2,500, okay? And I said, this thing, you will get a new home loan customer for about 10% of that. And they said, how does that work out? I said, well, if you think about it, 10 cents a litre fuel discount sounds incredible. It's 2.5 times Woolworths. But 10 cents a litre by 50 litres, and you don't need to give away any more than 50 litres because Woolworths only lose an average of 34, okay? We're all driving small cars. So therefore, if you give 50 litres a week, multiplied by 10 cents a litre, that's $5 a week. Multiplied by 52 weeks, that's $260. $260 is the exposure you have. And because they won't collect every one of those fuel discounts, probably, more likely, you'll lose $200. So therefore, $200 to get a home loan customer that you'd normally pay $2,500 for. Well, cut a long story short, we launched with that TV ad that you just saw there and a number of others, and we went on Facebook and did the same thing. It went nuts. We're talking breaking records of home loans. Now, a home loan is $300, $400, $500, $700,000. Can you imagine if you did the same thing but you weren't expecting people to fill in a form that went from Sydney to Melbourne, because it ain't easy swapping a home loan. They just had to buy your product and they got X cents a litre off their fuel. Well, guess what? I'm leading into a pitch. First of all, the pitch is you can steal the idea and do it yourself. Just have people come back in, and basically how they did it at the Greater is that you could go to any petrol station you wanted to in Australia, and you just saved the receipt, and then you went along to one of the Greater branches and they paid you the money over the counter. You can do the same thing. You could actually say to any of your customers, look, buy a refrigerator from me, or use my pool cleaning services, or use my accountancy practice services, or whatever it may be, product or service that you've got, and invite them to simply keep their fuel receipt and give that to you, and then you pay them the cash. You can do it that way. Or if you wanted to fast track it and do it much more sophisticated and have everything done for you, then you might like to click the link above. You knew a pitch was coming, didn't you? I'm in the advertising game. I'm sorry, I'm not Mother Teresa. But nonetheless, I still think that you've got your money's worth out of this post, because even if you don't do anything with us, you've got a good idea that you could try and do yourself. I have got a messy desk. I'll show you my desk at the moment. It is a bit messy. Here I'm doing a Disney project with a friend of mine overseas at the moment. We're going to be holding webinars. If Disney ran your business, what would it look like? Here is our Fuel for Less program. You'll see that it is quite a messy desk, okay? Einstein said that you've got to have a messy desk if you want to look smart. This one here is our holiday program, which we have at the moment, overseas destinations, but because travel is probably not going to be something that's overseas travel opening up, I'm turning this into Australia-wide holidays, which we'll be launching in a couple of weeks' time. And you can get a 5-day holiday at all sorts of locations in Australia. That's my sketch that I'm giving to our Filipino website designer, by the way. But you can get 5 nights at various locations in Australia, and it's going to cost you $97. Imagine giving that away to your customers. So you'll see there my headline that I've just dreamt up this afternoon: a stunning customer incentive to help your biz reboot from COVID-19. Obviously, you can't blame any one of us at the moment for using what is reality, and that is that you want to reboot your business. I'm doing one for America at the moment too, so it's a very similar thing, only it's Make America Relax Again. So that's what they're doing over there. I'm involved with this American company that's got the travel thing going, and of course our fuel vouchers. Anyway, enough of my messy desk. If you are interested in what I've just mentioned, and that is a packaged done for you fuel discount promotion, which I've just shown you in terms of a case study. That's a big Fortune 500 business, the Greater Building Society. They made a lot of money out of those home loans because they were giving out a year's worth of petrol vouchers, and the year's worth of petrol vouchers at 10 cents every single week cost them $11. Can you imagine? Sorry, $260. Imagine doing that for your customers. Again, you don't have to come through us. You can just steal the idea and do it yourself. But if you want it to be sophisticated and done for you, then you might like to click the link above or below me. That's it. I'm going to read a book now. I've actually got this fantastic book that I've just got. This guy, he really impresses me. I think that apparently he deals in avalanche leads. I know, you've got your 2 fingers down your throat. I'm sorry, it's a dad joke on a Friday afternoon. I'm going to have a beer too. Over and out.